Hey, everybody.
We are Sean and Stef, and now that our Symphony of the Seas travel series has come to an end, we wanted to jump on here and talk about something that we purchased for our Royal Caribbean cruise called the Key.
What?
Oh my gosh, the
Now,
Key.
if you haven't seen any of our Symphony of the Seas videos, if you haven't seen the series, check out the links in the description below. They're awesome.
Down there. And you want to talk about all the wows? We definitely experienced all the wows.
There were the stage shows.
I mean, the dining, the specialty restaurants were so good.
And all those amazing activities and entertainment that you know Royal is known for.
We had such a great week. We just had a blast. So check the links below if you're interested in seeing our travel series on Symphony of the Seas. It was so much fun.
And just like we mentioned at the beginning of this video, we're going to talk about something really cool, and it started at the very beginning of our Royal Caribbean cruise.
So just imagine this. What price would you put on priority embarkation?
What?
Carry-on luggage drop-off service.
What?
Priority lunch on embarkation day. Unlimited internet with Royal Caribbean's highest internet package possible. The best seats in the house for theater shows. A full service breakfast on the last day of your cruise. Special hours for different activities like flow rider, rock climbing, that kind of stuff. And priority disembarkation. And if we told you this was only offered to a small number of guests, like maybe like 100, would you think that was pretty cool?
We
did.
did.
We definitely did.
We definitely did.
And if you think that's really cool, then you are in luck. The Royal Caribbean, the Key program may be the exact thing that you're looking for.
So you might be asking yourself, what is the Key? Well, it's just a series of perks that you can add to your cruise, and they are awesome perks.
They're so cool. And we're going to go through each of the perks separately and individually so we can talk about them.
And like we said before, we paid for this for our trip. This
did.
wasn't gifted to us. We were really interested in what the difference would be between sailing Royal Caribbean and sailing Royal Caribbean with the Key. So we decided to add this Key program to our Symphony of the Seas cruise, and it was not given to us. We used this. We paid for this with our own money.
We did, yes. All right, so the very first perk is priority embarkation.
Oh, so
What
awesome.
does that mean? That means you get to enter the ship first. And we got, I forget, we got to the port about 10:30 in the morning. They were letting guests on the ship at 11. So you get to enter the ship with the
highest priority people.
So I think Platinum, Diamond Plus, the highest Royal Caribbean loyalty status, you get to enter the ship with them, which was really, really cool for us. Because, we're really excited to get on the ship anyway. We don't like to sit around. I want to get there. And being one of the first ones on is always fun.
It makes you feel special.
It does. It makes you feel really special. I love that. It was such a great perk.
Okay, so then once you get on the ship, if you're anyone like me, you're carrying around a bunch of bags that you didn't check in.
All the bags.
So I usually have like a backpack and a rolly bag at the very least. So for me, this next perk was amazing. You get to drop off your carry-on bags, and they tag it like they do in a hotel room, but instead of coming back to pick it up, they deliver it to your cabin. What?
How cool is that? And they don't just deliver it outside your cabin. They put it inside your cabin.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about anything getting stolen, people wandering the hallways and going through your stuff. Nope, it's inside your cabin waiting for you. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And within 5 minutes of checking on the ship, getting on the ship, we went to this drop-off place. They hooked us up with the tickets, and we never saw our bags again until we went back to the cabin.
So nice.
For the very first time ever, unless we got immediate access to our cabin, I was bag-free. I just couldn't believe it. I'm just walking around going, wow, I feel like I've left my bag somewhere. I felt naked. So yeah, that was another unbelievable perk. And the fact that they drop it back off, because they give you a ticket, so I thought it was a claim ticket. Like I have to call or go somewhere to get it. No, it was just waiting for me in my room.
It was so nice. It was just there. They tell you that there is a time limit of cutoff to drop it off. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming in right before the ship disembarks,
or when they open up the rooms,
or they open up the rooms,
so you can take it to your room anyway. But if you get there early and you do the priority embarkation, then you get to use the drop-off service, which was awesome. Amazing for us.
So it basically extends your first day on the ship. You get
it's so great.
Complete access to the ship, unencumbered with all your bags.
Yeah. Okay, perk number 3, unlimited Wi-Fi. Now this is huge for us because we not only have the social stuff for Sean and Stef, but we also have an online company, which we always have to stay connected with. So this was one of our major deciding factors to purchase the Key. It is surf and stream internet, which is the highest internet on the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas ship. I think it's the highest on any ship. Some ships don't have the stream part, but on this one they did, and so we got it, and it was awesome. You just can't beat it. We're going to talk about the price at the end, but the price of internet alone if you take that into consideration with the additional features that you get with the key, it just made it a no-brainer for us to purchase this and have it.
And it was dual internet. So when I went on, I wasn't booting
it.
her off. Normally we get one package. So if she's on, I can't go on, and vice versa. We're always booting each other off. So this, we just both stayed connected the entire time. And it was fantastic Wi-Fi. Never got dropped. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had great, when we streamed Netflix at night. I mean, it was really great.
Well, we did live vlogging on Insta.
We did,
We just did all kinds of stuff because we were able to. So
yeah, it was really nice.
Great Wi-Fi.
I also liked that they gave you, when you checked in your bags, we didn't have to wait to get into the cabin to get our codes for the Wi-Fi. So we had our codes for Wi-Fi as soon as we checked our bags in. They gave us the Wi-Fi code, and we went to lunch and had access to the Wi-Fi, and it was really, really great.
We were already streaming
at
lunch.
Loved that. It was so great.
So you said lunch.
I said lunch.
So let's talk about lunch.
Lunch.
You get a complimentary lunch at Chops Grill. This is not in the buffet. This is not in the MDR. This is in a fine dining restaurant, and the service and the food was impeccable.
I mean, so good. Now, I do know a lot of these things have changed, even because they are working on them and sort of adding things to them as we sailed in February. So, and it's now March. Yeah, I think that's right. So things have changed. I do know that they've added a couple restaurants to the Embarkation lunch. But for us, the only thing that was available was Chops Grill, and it was so nice.
So good.
I mean, we walked in, we were the only ones. I think there was one other table that was eating.
Yeah,
and
it was not crowded at all.
The service was perfect. The food was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a great way to get out of the chaos of Embarkation Day. Like if you ever go to a buffet on Embarkation Day, it's just a madhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy. There's people everywhere. It was nice to be like, oh, this is our own space. It was just a wonderful start. It really made you, so you not only felt special getting on the ship early and then checking your bags, but then you felt extra special because you had this special lunch space to just sort of relax and just be, and it was awesome.
It takes all the potential drama and just the potential stress out of day one. It changes day one from something that's usually chaotic and hectic to very, very pleasant and lots of fun.
So great.
Perk number 5 is just all kinds of exclusive access, and we saw them all, and there was never anybody in line.
Never a line.
You had the thing to yourself every time.
So if you like the flow rider, rock climbing, and the zip line, so it's on ours it was rock climbing, flow rider, and zip line.
This all is subject to change.
Does change.
The key is like a kind of a floating program.
Yeah, because it is very new for Royal Caribbean. But if you like any of those activities, you basically have private access to them on the times that they are listed. And I know the times do change. For me, this was one of the things, we actually didn't use any of the activities. I will say that first.
That's true.
We were going to do the flow rider, but it was really cold, and I just couldn't muster up the courage to not only do flow rider, but do it in the cold. So we didn't do any of the activities. But if you do, the times are a little strange. They are not at popular times because they can't be.
Rightfully so.
I mean, that's one thing that I didn't really, for us, if I was going to do these activities, I'd be like, oh, well, I mean, 4 to 5 for some of the activities is kind of a weird time because you're getting ready for dinner.
Yeah, they have like flow rider at 9 to 10 in the mornings. They've got a 10 or 11.
Yeah.
The zip line is like 2 to 3, you know. It's always like an hour. It's always, and it's like she said, it's not the most popular hours, rightfully so, because, you know, you don't want to have 1,000 people in line getting very angry that 2 people walk on and be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? Gonna rock climb now. No.
Yes. But if you like these things, it's definitely a great perk for you. We didn't use it, but we didn't feel like we missed out on anything not doing these activities. So I will say that. So if this is well, I would never do those activities anyway. We didn't, and we still love the key. It was still
for
great.
us, it's all about priority on, priority off, and Wi-Fi.
Yes. All right, coming to perk number 6.
This was a really cool perk.
This was really, really awesome. You get some of the best seats in the house for the main theater, the aqua theater, and the ice rink. Okay, so for those 3 areas that have shows, you get priority seating. Now, you don't have your own seating. You're actually sitting in the diamond suite level area, which for the main theater is in the top.
It's the pinnacle area, the Diamond Plus. It's the suite. It's the only suite level area.
Yes.
So you're with the suite people.
Yeah, and it was wonderful seats. I was kind of like iffy on the top row of the theater because I was like, well, we're going to be able to see. It was perfect. You could look down and see everything. And during flight, if you get to see flight, it is the best seats in the house because, well, watch our show. You'll see flight. It's so good. But it was just amazing to be able to look down on the seats. A little tip. if you are sitting in the rows, at least sit in the third or fourth row back from the banister that looks down, because you can't see anything really on the front of the stage. And a lot of the shows have people that come into the audience, and you can't see any of that. So go to the third or fourth row back, and it's perfect. So good. One thing about this, just like the priority embarkation, if you have Royal Caribbean loyalty status, this may not be a perk for you because you may already have it. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you don't have it, it's a great place to be able to, you get to go in like 10 minutes before the show, sit down. You don't have to wait. It's so easy. Go in, sit down, and watch the show, and then you're done. It's awesome.
It is awesome. Great. All right. And then on the way out the door, before you get off the ship, you get an amazing breakfast. What? I
mean, it is so good. It is a full breakfast, like steak and eggs, mimosas.
Whatever you want.
Everything you could possibly imagine you had for breakfast. And this is before you're leaving.
And if you go when we went, there was nobody in the restaurant. So we had like 11 servers. It was insane. It was awesome.
Now, I will say this. We're going to talk about leaving. We did participate in walk-off. We did not put our bags outside. So we carried our bags to breakfast, left them outside of the restaurant, and they just sat there. And they took care of them, and they watched them. And then we had breakfast, and then we were ready to leave. Then we picked up our baggage and walked off the ship. So it was really,
we were
really
escorted
nice.
That whole time. They escorted us into the restaurant, told us where to put our bags. Someone was watching them. Then they escorted us into the restaurant because it's a huge restaurant. We had a wonderful breakfast, left. We sat with our bags, and then someone from the staff came and walked us off the ship. They actually walked us off through security, then down the gangplank. And normally, once you get through security, that's where they leave you. No, this time they walked us down the gangplank and onto a special elevator, a special VIP elevator in customs that dropped us straight into customs. And then we did the facial recognition thing, and well.
Yep, and that's perk number 8.
Yeah.
Priority disembarkation.
It was unbelievable.
Disembarkation for us is probably one of the most stressful parts of the cruise.
For sure.
It is the end, so you're on this high of being on vacation, and then you have to leave, and you have to stand in a line, because we usually do walk off, which means if you're not familiar with cruising, you can either leave your bags the night before outside, and they take them, and then your bags are waiting for you off the ship when you leave, or you can participate in an express walk-off program where you actually take all of your bags off by yourself. There's no help or anything. You have to be able to carry everything. We usually do that because we just want to get home. And this was it's usually so stressful. It's usually people are angry, and it's early in the morning. It's like 6:30.
Everyone's grumpy.
Everyone's grumpy and just upset. Vacation's over. And it's just, it's such a way, it's just a bad way to end, your vacation. But with this, it was stress-free.
Stress-free.
I mean, we just had like the most amazing breakfast, and then it's like, okay, we're ready to go. And this little guy comes up, and one of the crew members, and he's
grabs
like,
your bag?
Let's go. He
what?
took our bags.
We're like,
I was like,
excuse me, what?
He walked us off the ship, and it was just like, whoa.
So remember when I said you feel special in the beginning?
Oh my gosh.
How special did you feel at the end?
So it's even more special because everybody's waiting in line, and we just bypass the whole line, and then there you are walking off the ship.
A lot of looks.
We did get a lot of looks.
They wonder who you are. It really is a VIP program. It really makes you feel like you're special. There's a guy who walked through the middle of the line, opened up in another line, and walked us through and closed the line up. It's just wild.
Yeah, I mean, so those are all the perks. It is just an amazing program. Our thoughts on it, we loved it. If we sail Royal Caribbean again, we will definitely get it.
For sure.
There are some things about pricing and availability, which we'll talk now. I'm not going to give a specific price on what it is. On our price that we paid $19.99 a person per day. It has gone up. It does fluctuate based on availability, based on need, based on demand, all that stuff. So that don't quote us on that price, but that was our price that we paid. When I was talking about the internet alone for unlimited internet was $15.99 a person. So for $4 extra, we got everything else included. So that was a no-brainer for us.
But I'd gladly pay double. So
I would pay double as well
because of the experiences themselves.
Yes, it is just. It felt like you were in a suite level room. But we didn't pay for suite level. We were in an inside stateroom, and it was wonderful. So it was a little extra perk for being in an inside stateroom. You still felt like you were sort of royalty, and that was kind of like Royal Caribbean.
We definitely got the royal treatment for sure.
We definitely got the royal treatment. I will say this, like I'd mentioned before, if you have high loyalty status in Royal Caribbean, this is probably not going to be worth it for you because you get a lot of these perks already, like the seating. There's some other things that you get. But if you put on their priority disembarkation and all that with the breakfast. I mean, I don't know, sort of weigh that out for yourself and decide if it's right for you, kind of a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. We're not statused on Royal, though. We've sailed with Royal like 5 or 6 times, so we don't have any kind of legitimate status with them. So this right here makes you really feel special, and it made the trip that much better. We loved everything about the symphony, and this was just the icing on the cake.
It really was. I mean, it was just such a great addition. I'm so happy we did it and happy that we added it to our cruise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So that's our review on the Key. We just wanted to keep it short and sweet for you but we loved it. So we wanted to say something about it because it was so awesome. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have missed our Symphony of the Seas travel series, check the links below. It's down there, and look at all the fun that we had. And maybe you can plan your next Royal Caribbean trip and plan it with the Key added too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Until next time,
Thanks
we're
for
Sean
watching.
and Steph. Bye.
Bye.